Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the round of 32 coverage for the Olympic Cup. We have one video covering the whole round, but before we get to the highlights and the highlighted matches, I want to give you a more detailed breakdown of the bracket, how it looks right now, especially now that we're down to our 32 teams, which was the number we wanted in the first place. So on the screen, right now you're seeing Quadrant A and Quadrant B. In Quadrant A, there's the participants. In Quadrant B, there's the participants. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Now, notice those like little 1s and 2s and 12s in yellow to the right of the participants' names. That was the current guild rank on the Auto PvP Guild Wars ladder of the guilds of those players. So like in Quadrant A, for example, you have Visipur and Cetra, who were 1 and 2 on the ladder, when this was updated. They might have traded positions or something, who knows. But those are like powerhouse guilds. Notice though, no one else in their quadrant is in the top 15. If you go down to Quadrant B, you have the 9th, 10th, and 12th ranked guilds represented there. No one else in the top 15. If we shift over to Quadrants C and D, you will see that you have no one from the top 15 guilds in Quadrant C, and you have the 6, 13, and 14 in Quadrant D, with Salt, the Folking Noobs, and Pepper. Everyone else outside the top 15. Why do I keep bringing that up? I think this tournament was a really cool opportunity for players outside of, your top 10, top 15, top 20, whatever guilds, to have a chance to showcase that they have some talent, right? They have some people who care about auto PvP. This gives them a chance to shine. So the two highlighted matches of the day are going to be from Group C and D. We're going to highlight Bones from Soldier and Artemis from Made in Brazil, and we're going to highlight Jay Benson from Howl and Red Factor from Gold Saucer. The thought here being like, hey, let's promote some of the underdogs in this tournament, see if they can make a run. And actually, anybody who is in the top 15 guilds in Quadrant C is already out of the tournament from the first round. So we're going to get kind of a sleeper pick from that quadrant, which I think is going to be awesome. Okay, we will look at the results, the complete round of 32 results, after we do the highlights. But let's start by going in to Bones versus Artemis's, shoutcasted highlights. And let's kick that off right now. Okay, so our first highlighted match of the round of 32 is going to feature Bones versus Artemis. Now, Artemis on the right here is running a Dark Bro squad. I think most of us have encountered a Dark Bro squad at some point in the past. Lots of damage, kind of tanky with Dwayne. We get that. But Merlo, look at Bones' squad. What are we looking at here?
All right, so what we're looking at is a hybrid missile team. So this hybrid missile team, even though it wants to focus on missile, obviously they're running Frederick's Dream on Nivlu. When you think about it, Mashari and Garvel actually has missile attacks. However, Garvel's just more focused in magic, but he does have those options. So if just in case there is a unit such as Fryavia that has 100% magic resist on there, he can swap into a missile-based attack and do damage. While if there is some type of missile resistance in the party, Mashri can actually swap over to do piercing damage.
So he's just kind of trying to cover all his bases. Well,
yes, it's a very well-rounded team, and I like it.
Okay, well, let's see how that plays out. We're going to start this fight in 3, 2, 1, and we are in it. So would you say that Bones Squad has a good chance of pulling this off?
I think he does. Just, he has to hit first, and he has to keep on, landing the hits accurately.
Okay, so, positioning is going to be really important here.
Yes, for him. And I'm already having doubts just because his units are so grouped up, and he's up against a Ruinstern.
Yeah, we've seen that play out in the past. If Ruinstern gets into range of grouped units, he will slaughter them. Now, first turn here, Ruinstern is going to cast Roar of Ruin. He didn't use bells, he buffed himself. He's at 36 AP and moved forward. Dwayne moves up, Darkness on both units, no disable, but about half of their HP and damage, especially for Mashari. Here comes Nivlu. She's going to drop the Spider Rain. This is a defense lowering move, which synergizes really well with Mashari at least. So there's that. Garvel walks up. Let's see what he's got. Twin Chi Rupture. This is a magic attack. Tons of damage onto Dwayne, who procs the counterattack, heals him for 906. Now, can Mashari kill him?
Oh.
Okay. couple things here. One, Dwayne lives because he counterattacked with the healing counterattack, but why barrage there?
Well, even though that people know that, oh, there's that, oof, and he goes down.
There's what we said would happen.
Yep. Barrage and Sharp Shot have the same damage values. However, I suspect that he's running Odin on him. That will increase that unit resist. That will force Moshri to use a barrage-based AoE attack.
And there it was again. Another barrage instead of Sharpshoot, and Ruinstern lives.
He could actually have Sharp Shot off.
Now that could be too. May force the barrage out. Okay, It is now Garvel versus 2. Garvel's going to break out his limit break here, targeting Christmas Moshri. Big damage, she's down. It's a 1v1. We have Garvel versus Nivlu. Now Nivlu has
his barrier still up still.
He does. That was hit 1. Only 600 damage. He's immobilized. He's going to cast what? This Asuna? Yeah, he's going to cast Asuna. Cures the immobilized. Nivlu moves a little bit closer to him. Shoots him again. Barrier still up. Garvel walks forward. Oh, Darkra. Is this his magic attack?
Yeah,
it is. Oh, GG. So, Artemis wins the day, is able to tank through the damage from Bones, even though Bones' team kind of looked like it did what he wanted it to. Let's go to fight 2 from this match.
One more thing about that. I think he really only beat that just because of Dwayne's counterattack. That gave him enough HP to absorb that one last attack.
Yeah, it just shows like the power of RNG in this game, right?
Yeah.
Land that counterattack, heal for 900, win the day.
Yep.
Okay, let's go next. Okay, we're into the pre-fight screen of Fight 2. Artemis, hey, he was like, my Dark Bro squad worked in Fight 1, I'm going to run it back in Fight 2. Bones has gone to the chalkboard again, and this time he's cooked up what you see on the screen here. Merlo, can you explain to us what we see on the screen here?
Yeah, I think I can. This is a very strong magical attack team. However, bring in Fryevia because bringing Fryevia, she is one of the strongest magic tanks in the game, and he kind of saw that most of the damage came from Garvel in that last battle. So he wants to make sure that Garvel is just going to be targeting Fryevia, and he thinks that, you know, he can easily take out Dwayne and Super Stern with Garvel and Howlet. And also he has good support. He has white mages from both Fryevia and Howlet. So he has a little bit of sustain.
So blow the enemy DPS off the map with your magic and then tank Dwayne. Or tank Garvel. Okay,
yes.
Right on. Let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So,
hopefully he doesn't stack up.
Yeah, let's see if Bones can avoid the stack up on this one. There's the shield from his Garvel. Howlet, what's Howlet going to do early here? He's going to cast Winter Harmony. Interesting, you don't see that TMR used all the time.
Huh.
There's Chi Barrier from Artemis's Garvel. He's moving up. Now, Artemis has shifted his units to the left this time, looking to avoid some of that like early damage that he took last time. Roar of Ruin from Ruinstern. Ruinstern hit that big AoE in the last fight. Let's see if he can find it again. Magic Infuse on Garvel. Okay, little bit of damage and the AP drain. That's good. Garvel's still rocking 110 AP though. Walks up, smack. Dragon's Blade procs again for the 1,000-point
Oh
heal.
my goodness.
There's no way Bones is going to get double. Okay. Nope. This time Dwayne does not live through the Hazard Slash. Hazard Slash, big damage. But speaking of big damage, Detonation Blast from Artemis's Garvel, and all of a sudden, wait, it's Fryevia versus 2. Bones tournament life in the hands of Fryevia. Merlo, does she have a chance?
She does. If she can kill, wait, hold on. Yep, this is what I was talking about.
Yep. Oh, the turnaround. Fryevia full life onto Garvel, and then Garvel says, get out of my game, Ruinstern, but it's still a 1v1.
I think at this point, Fryevia has it.
Yeah, like the magic damage, she's just going to tank it, right? Oh, and big damage right there. Okay, what can Garvel do to Fryevia?
Maybe missile attacks.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yep, there we go. That was the missile attack.
And then Chicken Blade, unfortunately, does not turn him into a chicken, but it is GG. And Fryevia hard carries Fight 2. Maybe all the Fryevia haters need to go on standby, but I don't know. We'll see. We're going to go to Fight 3 and see if he runs Fryevia back to back. Okay, fight 3 of Bones versus Artemis. Now, Bones has gone back to his original missile squad. Artemis, for the 3rd fight in a row, he's sticking to his guns with the Dark Bros team. Merlo, in the first fight of this exact matchup, Artemis won. Is it going to be different for some reason this time?
It could be a little bit different depending on placements. However, I can already tell on Artemis's side, he's changed that placement around a little bit. He just saw what happened that first fight, and he doesn't want the same thing to happen again. He wants the sure victory and not, just in case I only won because of my Dragon's Blade this time.
Right. Okay, well, let's see if Dwayne has the RNG on his side again. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So, what kind of buffs do we have? Nivlu last time started exactly like this. There's aimed fire on the group. Garvel going to apply his shield. Here it comes. Chi barrier activated. Christmas Moshery, what she's got in store this time? She's going to use bells. Bells. This is the exact same start for Bones.
It is actually the exact layout as well.
Yep, and same layout for Artemis. So, are we going to get another Dragon's Blade proc for the 3rd game in a row? Or a Darkness? Oh, disable lands.
Oh, no. Okay, now it's over.
RNG very heavily on the side of Artemis in Fight 1 and in Fight 3. Now, I imagine this is going to be the limit break. No, Dispel Spread this time. A change up from Bones. Actually dispels the hate onto Dwayne, which might have been really important had Garvel been able to do something. But instead, Garvel couldn't move. Ooh, big
still
damage. But he hangs on by a thread because of that disable, I'm thinking, right?
Yup.
Man, RNG is a cruel mistress. Okay, Bones Garvel goes down. It's looking bleak. Nivlu can finish Dwayne. She does. It's a 2v2.
Here comes Super Stern, though.
Here comes Super Stern, though. He's going to come over the top. He's charging that Mighty Break. Only gets 1. But Christmas Moshery is dead. So it's Garvel and Super Stern versus Nivlu. Nivlu could not beat only Garvel. Can she beat both of them?
Chances are very slim.
Merlo the Magic 8 Ball says, I'm not feeling it. Now there's an immobilize. Keep Ruinstern out of this fight. He can't do anything from back there. Awesome. Now Nivlu gets another turn because she's a speedy girl. She's going to move closer to it, which is probably not wise.
No.
Garble says, I'm just going to jamming thrush you for 6,800 anyway. And that is GG. Artemis will win and advance. Okay, for our second highlighted fight of the round of 32, we have Jayy Benson versus Red Factor. Now, fight 1 and fight 2 in this best of 3 were pretty interesting. Here's a scene from fight 1. You see Jayy Benson's Warrior of Light standing alone. Merlo, how good of a chance does Warrior of Light have in this scenario?
I would say almost none.
Almost none. Well, I'm going to hit the play button right now, and we're going to watch this thing play out. Garvel walks up to Warrior of Light. Summons Aigayon. Warrior of Light is paralyzed. So now it's a 3v1, and Warrior of Light is in a wheelchair. He's also stunned by Agrius. He can't even take a turn, even if he could, and then Little Leela's just going to put him down. So, pro analysis there, Merlo. Warrior of Light had no chance. Let's skip ahead now to fight number 2. Now, in a complete reversal of fight 1, this time it's Red Factor's Glaciella alone versus Jayy Benson's 3 remaining units. Merlo, give me odds on this Glaciella right now.
If she happens, if she can manage to do a leaping strike and hit all of them all in one hit, kill both of these units or all 3, she could win. But the chances of her getting away with that with only 23 AP remaining, almost none.
So if I gave you $100, if I put $100 on Glaciella right now, what kind of odds are you giving me?
I would probably offer you $10,000 if she won that.
Okay, here we go. We're going to run the video in 3, 2, 1. Come on, Glaciella. Yeah, she went with the triple piercer on Sakura. I feel like that's not going to do it. Now, Glaciella does have a lot of slash resist, so she doesn't die from Agri's attack. Ooh, procs the counter. She's hanging in there. Okay, here comes Ildira. Yeah, that's it. Glaciella goes down. Merlo, your $10,000 is safe today, my friend. We are going to go on to fight number 3. Okay, now fight number 3 in this featured matchup is a little bit less one-sided than the first 2. For Howl, or for Jay Benson, who's from HAL, he's running the same squad we just saw him run. You have an Agrius, you have a Sakura, and you have an Ildira. For Red Factor, he is running a Garvel, Agrius, Little Leela, which I would call the most meta comp in the game right now. Merla, when you look at these two teams, which side do you think has some kind of advantage here?
Whew. Both sides are actually very paired. Like, there's almost no difference. You have both Agrius tanks, which are very magical based tanks. Garvel and Sakura, they're pretty much the same role. They just do heavy damage. And of course, Ildira and Little Leela. There might be a little difference heading up because Little Leela is a little bit more supportive while Ildira is a little bit more offensive. But other than that, these teams are very strangely similar to each other.
Yeah, so we're running the meta at each other, it looks like right here. So let's start this fight in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So let's see how the buffing and movement works here. Red Factor's Leela gets to go first. She's going to charge a spell. This could be Protect or Shell or something like that. It needs to be Shell, I think, against Jay Benson's team. Agrius, Bells, moves forward. Red Factor's Agrius, Bells, and moves forward. Okay, now Red Factor very, very grouped into a Sakura. What kind of range is this limit break going to have?
Well, if...
It does not, importantly, it does not one-shot him. Now there's the resist magic from Ildira. Here comes the shell onto Garvel. Now he's so low, that shell's not going to matter. But it's Leela's turn again. There's Akira. Garvel's at about half HP. It'll be really interesting to see if he can survive anything. He's going to counter Sakura's limit break with his. Now, will this one punch the Sakura? No, not even close.
He had that resist magic.
Yes. Oh man. Now Taunting Blade actually did a little bit more damage. Okay. What are we seeing right now, Merla?
We're going to see that LB.
Yeah, we're going to see that LB.
And high chances it's going to be all confusions.
Triple confuse from the Agrius. Oh my goodness. And Sakura happy to walk up and follow that in. Meanwhile, Ildira tops everybody off. This fight is really one-sided early. Now, importantly right there, Little Leela actually unconfuses Agrius. And then but the Sakura double kill.
She's going to counter with their
Judgment Blade. Ooh,
okay.
A stop on Ildira. That was important. If there's one unit in this game who could 1v3 in this situation, it's probably Agrius with status effects. But she's going to need to live through a heck of a lot to pull that off. Here's a Rebel Intentions onto Agrius. Pretty big damage. What's Agrius have?
Rebel, she needs hopefully stop on all three.
Double kill.
Oh.
It's Agrius versus Agrius. Now, she needs to not die right here. She gets stopped. The exact opposite of that needed to happen, and instead, Red Factor's Agrius catches all of the status effects, goes down, and that's GG. Jay Benson moving on to the Sweet 16. Red Factor out in a very exciting third match. Okay, those were some super hype matches. I really love shoutcasting those. But now let's go ahead and look at the complete results of the round of 32 and get everybody ready for the round of 16. So, from Group A, you had Cetra, the number 2 ranked guild. Vayne defeated Natasha from Blacklisted and will move on. He will face Canelo from the Galactic, who beat Cammy from Shibusen. Visipur, the number 1 ranked guild. Buki defeated Drace from Genesis. Buki moves on. And then he will face RPG King from Nelveska, who defeated Alexander from Exodus to move to the round of 16. In Quadrant B, you have ADZ from Holy defeating Nos from Yiggy. Lunith from Chocobo Force, the number 9 ranked guild, defeated Ota from Toneberry 2-1, really close match. Big Mac from Pandora, the number 12 ranked guild, beat Black aipOQ from Aqua, he moves on. And then you had Swifty from Asgard, the 10th ranked guild, beating Malachi from Razgriz. So no massive upsets in Quadrant A or Quadrant B, but now you have some real titans facing off, and you still have some sleepers. Like in Quadrant B, I would say ADZ is definitely the sleeper pick of that quadrant. He's going to be the underdog. He's the only one not in a top 15 guild. In Quadrant A, you have the number 2 ranked guild versus the Galactic, right? Cetra versus the Galactic. And you have the number 1 ranked guild, Visipor, versus Nelveska. So 2 potential big upsets for the round of 16 there. Now, let's jump to the results from C and D. Okay, we just saw Artemis defeat Bones. So Artemis moves on. Then he will face Ace from White Wolf, who defeated Xyres from Zytopia. Okay, again, no top 15 guilds left in Group C, so someone in Group C is going to get a chance to play big upset, big spoiler pick if the other high-ranking people move on. Rest of Group C looks like this. Desert Maverick from Solaris, a content creator / streamer, so he's performing as you'd kind of expect him to, being a big name in the game. Defeated Rokus Knight from Umbrella. He moves on. He will face Norinobo from Ultima, who defeated Dirt Giggler from Flame of Ulda from Final Fantasy XIV. Okay, anyway, Group D, rest of those results. Isobe from Pepper defeated Jack 209 from Kraken. Pepper, the 14th ranked guild, moves on to the round of 16. And he will face the Jay Benson, who we just watched the highlight videos of today, who defeated Red Factor from Gold Saucer. Okay, rest of Group D, you had Cuckington from Riskbreakers, that's Dr. Diggs Guild, defeating Hikage from Akatsuki, so Cuckington moves on. And then he will face Keto from Salt, the 6th ranked guild, who defeated Poobs from the Foking Noobs, who was the 13th ranked guild. So that was a big matchup, 6 versus 13, and if you're counting on one of the top ranking guilds winning this whole thing, you don't have a whole lot left. Group C is definitely going to put a non-top 15 through, and Group D has about a 50% chance of that. So stay tuned for the round of 16. Let's see if we can find some upsets in there, because personally, now that my guild's out, I'm pulling for the upsets. So, except for my boy Keto from my brother guild, pulling for you, dude. Yeah, that's what we got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. Look forward to the round of 16 coming out soon, and Merlo and I will catch you next time. Later.